What is going on, community? It is TJ, aka Flash by Night, and not only are we keeping up with the comics, but today we are keeping up with one of the namesakes. So go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get started, because today we are keeping up with Flash number 773 by Jeremy Adams and art by Will Conrad. So we're going to jump into Flash 773, and I'm going to do something different for my channel. I usually do non-major spoilery reviews. If I do any spoilers, they're small, but I usually don't give away key things in the book. But I'm going to try something new. I'm going to see if this catches on, if people like this more. And I am going to give basically full spoilers for Flash 773, just to be warned. But we jump into this book, and this is the second issue for Wally West being the full-time Flash of the DC Universe and of Central City, which I still want to know what's up with that. But outside of that, the first issue, 772, found Wally, back in the workforce, trying to find a job. He's kind of got all of the career problems. He's got a gap in his resume because he's been gone like 10 years. He's not up to speed with technology. He probably hadn't networked much. So he ended up working basically at an oil place until we found out that the Quick Lube type place, I think Quick Lube is an actual place, the Quick Lube type place belonged to Mr. Terrific, one of his investments. And so he goes and finds Wally and brings Wally into his lab to have a proper job and career, and also somewhere where he can break away and go be the Flash when he needs to. And right now he definitely needs to, because at the end of 772 we find Heatwave, who has been diagnosed with cancer, burning down a hospital. And that's what we pick up in this book, where the Flash is basically helping rescue people and helping the fire department kind of put the fire out at the hospital. And that's kind of where we start off at. And then, of course, because he has a job and he has a secret identity, he has to rush back to the lab to go and help out. And I know the scientists aren't really big characters, but I felt like the scientists should have been able to figure out what Wally figured out. They had a problem with too much energy going through their aluminum tubing or whatever. And he basically figures out that they need copper or silver. And I thought they should have been able to come up with that solution, but maybe not. Maybe it's not their expertise, and I'm just overthinking it. But outside of that, he shows his importance to the team at the lab, and then gets another call because Heatwave is added again at this pier and almost harms the child. And that's when Wally kind of says, okay, that's it. We're going to handle you, Heatwave. We're going to take care of this. And then has to stop and try to reason with Heatwave, because I think Heatwave went straight inside of Joshua Williamson's Flash. And so Wally is wondering why Heatwave is out here doing this when he was on the straight and narrow. Turns out it's because Heatwave kind of feels like life doesn't matter anymore, and he's trying to teach people a lesson in, I guess, his own special way. And Wally kind of talks him into the fact that, we can make things better. If you want to do things for people, if you want to show people something, you can do something besides hurt people. You can do things besides destroy and set things on fire. And kind of gives him the superhero speech that you would give a villain that you're trying to bring in without major conflict. And it works. Heatwave kind of gives himself up. You can see some Heatwave tears going here, and he ends up, getting locked away. And Wally says, "We're gonna get you some help," but in the end, the help that he needs, the help that he's gonna get, is not the help we thought he was gonna get. For those of you who read Swamp Thing or read Suicide Squad, you have a new player on the field, because Amanda Waller is coming to get Heatwave for some purpose. And that was basically the gist of Flash 773. Really quick story, really good story. It wasn't really involved. It wasn't too complicated, but it kind of got to the heart of Wally West and what we're trying to say about Wally West, about this technically new Flash. Like, I know Wally's been in the Flash before. I know a lot of people, a little bit younger than me, grew up on Wally. But when I started reading comics, Barry was the Flash. I started reading the comics because of the CW show where Barry was the Flash. So Wally is new to me, and I feel like they are writing this book for people like me to get to know Wally and get to know what he's about. That's pretty good. There's also a side story which will probably get bigger with Jessica Cruz seeing some kind of object hurling towards Earth. I think it's been coming towards Earth the last 2 issues. So we'll see what that's all about in the future. But yeah, we are on to Flash 774 and seeing what Jeremy Adams has for us next. So that was Keeping Up with the Comics. I hope you saw something you liked. I hope you enjoyed yourself. If you did enjoy yourself, go ahead, hit that like button. And if you want to keep up with me, Keeping Up with the Comics, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Don't forget to leave comments, and we are going to leave it like we always do. Love yourself, love others, and I will be back in a flash.